per-FECT. Per-FECT. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today. And for this video, we are going to be doing my June TBR. Alright, before I get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what is a queer book you are reading for Pride Month. Alright, so it is Pride Month, meaning, as per usual, I'm going to do my best to read as many queer books as possible. That scared me. We're gonna have to put you there. So I'm going to have that parameter in mind when I draw my TBR cards. Let's go ahead and start off with these beauties. If you're new here, hi, I have two TBR jars, one for books from my physical TBR and one for books from my digital TBR. This is to help me work down both of these lists because Lord knows they're insanely long. Okay, let's go for boop, a gifted book. Oh, per-FECT. Per-FECT. This works out gloriously because I need to read The Guncle by Stephen Rowley, and my friend Kat bought and annotated this for me. Sorry, Kat, like maybe a year and a half ago now. I did read a little bit of it for a tri-chapter challenge and was really enjoying it, but ended up picking a different book instead. And I keep meaning to come back to it, and it hasn't happened. So I'm finally gonna do it. This just screams a summary book, and I believe it's very much a family sort of feel-good story where we are following gay Uncle Patrick, that is literally how he's referred to on the back, who ends up becoming the guardian for his niece and nephew while I think his sister may have passed and his brother-in-law is in the hospital maybe, or going through some stuff. I'm not really sure. I've heard it's adorable. I've heard it's a fun, good time. I've heard it hits you in the feels, and then Kat annotated it for me, so that means it's gonna be a ton of fun reading with her annotations as well. Finally, I can finally get to this. Perfect pick for that. Okay, so then for my digital, we're gonna do, oh, come on. This one. Royalty. Crap. Okay, give me a second to figure something out. Okay, it took me some searching, but I think I have found our pick for Royalty. I am gonna go with In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. I know I put this on my TBR because of NerdyNatReads. Also the fact that this cover is absolutely stunning, but I don't really remember much else of what it's about. So I'm gonna read y'all this little blurb that immediately got my interest. A pansexual blood mage reluctantly teams up with an undead spirit to start a rebellion among the living and the dead. While skimming through the rest of the summary, I did see that one of the main characters we're going to be following is a beguiling, rebellious princess. Perfect. Plus, I have had this on my TBR for a few years probably at this point, so I'll finally get that read. On top of that, I do have an anticipated release I'm most definitely going to be getting to this month, which also falls under queer, and that would be Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Roanhorse. I am so excited to finish out this trilogy. It's the third book in the Between Earth and Sky trilogy, which is fantastic. It is based on pre-Columbian America. The political intrigue that has been going on in this series, the character work has been really great. I loved the first book. The second one had a little bit of a dip, but I am so excited for this third, particularly because it looks like we are going to be following 𝗖ญ่, who is a teak, think reminiscent to a siren or a mermaid, and I am so excited to learn more about her culture and also see what kind of a role they're gonna play in this final battle that we are leading up to. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Probably after I finish that one, I'll end up starting into a new series, Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett, which I'm gonna be buddy reading with Destiny. This one I think has a sapphic romance, and I know it has a heist. That's why I have put it on my TBR. Let's see if I remember how the magic system works. I think it's something like you write like a code almost on something and it will enact whatever action you write for it to have. So if you like write on a cart that it is always going downhill, it will constantly move as if it is going downhill even when it's not. Pretty sure that's how it works. I have heard some people really love this series and some people not so much, but one way or another, I'm very excited to finally get into it. It's been on my shelf for a while now. Robert Jackson Bennett has just started into a new series that I also am intrigued by. So hopefully if I like his writing here and the rest of the series, I will be able to check that one out as well. Then of course, I am me. I am partaking in a few book clubs this month. For my romance book club, I am not 100% sure on what I'm going to choose yet, if I'm being honest. I have a few options floating around, but I I think I might do something fun like spin in a circle to decide on one of them or something like that. I don't know. For my fantasy book club, I've already completed that prompt, so we're gonna disregard it for now. And then for the Story Continue book club, we're gonna be reading An Education of Malice by S.T. Gibson. This kind of works as a sequel to Dowry of Blood, as it is set in the same universe, and I think there may be a little surprise appearance from one of the characters in A Dowry of Blood, but it is a Carmilla retelling set at a college. I've heard a lot of mixed things on this, honestly, which does make me a little nervous, but I do love Gibson's writing, so I am still a little hopeful I will enjoy it somewhat. And hopefully the other people in the book club will enjoy it as well. Then, of course, I do have my Star Wars books that I will need to read this month. Probably not necessarily queer, but it's not uncommon for there to be same-sex relationships in the characters throughout the series, so perhaps it'll fall into that. We'll find out together. First up is The Fallen Star by Claudia Gray, which I think is most directly a sequel to The Rising Storm, continuing to follow the Nihil and the Republic as they fight against them. It looks like we once again are going to be following Belle, who was one of the few characters I was really enjoying, and also seeing more of Elzar Mann, who was struggling with his relationship to the Force, and I was finally getting intrigued by his character at the end of Rising Storm. Then naturally, we'll see more Marchion Ro, the villain, the Eye of the Nihil, and I'm very excited for all of that. So can't wait to continue here. Then there is Midnight Horizon by Danielle Jose Older. I'm very excited for this one because we're going to be revisiting Comac and Wreath, Wreath being one of my favorite Padawan we've seen so far. Really liked seeing how his character has grown. I'm not going to read too much about this one because I don't want to spoil anything for myself, but I believe it is a young adult novel, meaning it will still have the events from the adult novels taking place in the universe, but like they're not quite as directly connected. We'll see though. At least for this phase, that's been my experience thus far. Finally, I would love to finish out the Extraordinary series with Heatwave by TJ Klune. The series is set in a universe where superheroes are real, and we are following Nick Bell, who is a total normal guy. Unfortunately for him, is obsessed with superheroes but can't seem to get his own powers. And also the adorable relationship he has with one of these heroes. I can't wait for more of this. It has been a ridiculous fun time thus far. I'm so excited for the ending. Shockingly, this seems like a really small TBR, but apart from that, let's be real here. I'm gonna hope to try and read as many queer books as I can this month. All right, and on that note, that is it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for going to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a ice cream emoji in the comments. I have all my socials as well as a few ways you can support me linked in the description. I come out videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!